Okay, quickly now. Lesson 2. Uh, we're looking at a section through the building. Um, I can actually render these things in section. That's a good. It's a good way of troubleshooting what's going on. And what you do, we did this in class. You go to the default 3D view. Not sure what's going on here. Okay, we don't need the solar path showing, so let's just uh, turn that off. We're not. I'm not using any sun path off. We're not using any natural light. I don't know. There's an element in the model way down here, and that's why the section box is showing. Okay, so let's draw. Let's bring the section box to the model. And basically emulate the section, basically approximate the section cut that we created. You can also take, and this is the subject of, I wish we could do it in our classes, but you can take and orient the section box to a section view. So if I cut section 1 the long ways, I can take that and orient the view to section 1. This is what this creates, right? That's the beauty of leveraging a 3D model. We can modify this as well, but that basically creates a section, and that allows us. So now if I want to see what's going on with the light, I can select only the artificial lights and render them and sort of get an approximate feel of what's going on here. I'll try to limit this to these lessons to 8 or 10 minutes. So this is giving you an overview of what your lighting model is doing. Always use the draft view because you don't want to spend a lot of time. Any rendering that takes more than 10 minutes, something is terribly wrong. And we don't have Enscape available in VDI, so you'll have to use the native Revit lighting rendering. But the native Revit stuff is really good. It is very accurate in rendering a manufacturer supplied lighting that have their IES pattern, the International Illuminating Engineering Society, Illumination Engineering Society light distribution patterns built into the fixture, right? That's what we revealed in the previous video. The light patterns showing. So and then you can set the exposure here if it's not quite bright enough or something like this. It's a good idea to brighten it, and that gives you an overall idea of where your lights are too hot. Right? So something in the middle areas creating a real lot of light. Something's creating a lot of light at the ground plane. So we can interrogate this a little more closely by zooming in and maybe rotating, right? But you want to be able to examine what's going on in the surfaces. In any case, I'm going to save this when we get to 8 minutes because you may need it for your class. Let's go in and render this again. Let's try this time medium. Don't go beyond medium. High takes forever, and it's not worth the time, the difference in the improvement in the quality. You can also group your lights to render only certain ones of them. And if I get to it in this, we'll do that as well. It would be helpful also when you guys post these models to post the Revit family of lighting that you're using, because often what I do is set up a laboratory model, right? A simple model, 40 by 80 walls, a floor, a ceiling, and then put those lights in there so we can look at them individually, so we can see what they're doing. This is taking a bit more time, but not that much, right? Elapsed time. I can uncheck this dialog box if I want to see how long these things are taking. Don't go past 10 minutes. This is not bad. 2, I think it'll finish in 2. Okay, so there is 100% was done in 1 minute and 53 seconds. You can save this rendering to the project. Save medium section 1 in 3D using section box. Okay, and then those things live in the model, right? You can take, Revit creates a separate category called oh good, you discovered all this because you have all this. So whatever I did is in here somewhere. Can't remember what I called it. Oh, there it is. Okay, and you can publish that to a okay. Let's go back to the 3D view. Okay, I'm going to save this lesson, and in lesson 3 we'll talk about, we have to find the offensive, or otherwise modulate, attenuate the lights that are too bright, and we'll go about that in a process in Revit called light groups, grouping lights. Thank you.